Hey guys, it is Mrs. Hopkins and it's time for another exciting art video. So we are going to design our own winter castle, and remember, it has to be suitable for the North Pole. So I'm going to show you the basic steps to make the main part of your castle. Then you're going to go ahead and add other fun details, or you can even change it up a bit. But this is just to help you get started. All right, so I'm going to use a marker so you can see what I'm doing, but you guys use a pencil. Use a ruler, please. Straight lines make me happy. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of start in the center of my paper, and I'm not going to be so picky where you have to measure everything out. So you're just going to kind of eyeball it. And I'm going to start with the side of my castle, and there's going to be kind of like a tower on the side. So I'm going to start by making two lines together like that. Okay. And at the top, I'm just going to make a curved line. And next to the curve, I'm going to come out just a little bit on each side. And I'm going to go up a little bit. I'm not worried about the rulers with the tiny lines. Okay. And then I'm going to make a curve next to that. So I want to show the top of the tower here, so I'm going to make a line that goes up to a point, and then we're going to bring it back down. Okay, so I want a window in my tower. I'm going to make a little rectangle shape here, and then I'm going to make a line that curves up to a point and then curves back down. So that's my window. If you want, you can make a line right along the side to give it kind of like a three-dimensional look. And you could shade it in. You could draw a little elf hanging out the window, whatever you want to do. Okay. So that's the first part. The second part of my design is I want to show that my castle, I'm going to show the side of my castle and the front. So I need to have a little bit of perspective. So it's going to go back. But in order for me to do this, I need to use my pencil. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to make a slanted line that angles down. And then it's going to come down this way. I'm also going to go up here and make another slanted line like this. And then I'm going to make some vertical lines at the top. Okay. The reason I did this is because this is going to be my guide. And I'm going to go over certain parts of it with my marker that I want to stand out. Okay, here we go. So I have the side of my castle. I'm going to make a slanted line on each of these ends and make the line come down, and that again gives it kind of like a three-dimensional look. After this, then I can go in and erase my extra lines. All right. If I wanted to add windows here, I would do the same thing. I would make some guidelines with my pencil, so I'd have them slanted. And then I would make vertical lines with my pencil. And then when I would go over them, I'm going to follow the rectangular shapes. So they're kind of on an angle, so they look like they're going along the side of the building. And then I would just erase my pencil lines. Okay, same thing. If you want, you could shade this in, but you could do that, you know, at the very end. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to focus on the front of my castle. On the front of my castle, I'm going to make a line across. I'm going to make it underneath it, another line across. And I'm going to make some more of these vertical lines. Going across. That way when I trace it, all I have to do, that wasn't a good trace. Sorry guys, that one was kind of crooked. But I want this part to have this same effect. And then I can go in and erase those extra lines. Okay. So same thing with here. I want to show that I can see up the side of these bricks. So I'm going to make slanted lines, and then I'm going to make lines that come down. Okay. I'm going to make another tower on this side. This one's going to be a little bit wider. So I'm going to make a line that comes down. I'm going to make another line next to it. Okay. And then I'm going to put a curve at the top of that. Okay. So I want to show, again, the top of my tower. I'm going to make a little slant here, little slant here, a curve at the top. I'm going to make a line that goes up and up above it. And I'm going to make another curved line. And then I'm going to make the point at the top. In here, I'm going to go ahead, make another window. This one I didn't do as much of a point. I'll show the side of it, and I will fill it in. Again, you can put some lights, some Christmas lights. You can put a wreath in the window. You could put some candy canes, whatever you want. Okay, so I've got the side and the front of my castle, but now I want to even add a little more part of my building to it. So on this section of my castle, I want to show that there's another part of it that's going to have a roof. So I'm going to make a slanted line. And I'm going to follow, this line goes here, this line's going to go like that. going to put a window inside this. And above here, I'm going to put a chimney. So I'm going to put a rectangle, and then I'm going to do a slant and another line down. Okay, so far we're getting there. In this space right here, I want to add another tower. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make the curve at the top. Make the two sideways lines. Make them go up. Make another curve. And then I want to make another curve underneath that. And then we'll do the point on top. And then we'll do a window inside here. Okay. And then I want to add one more tower. So right next to this one, I'm going to add a line that's on the side. I'm going to make the curve. I'm going to make a little slant. Make a curve. I'm going to make a line that goes up. Make a curve. And then I'm going to show the top of that. Same thing. I will add the window. I will show that little line on the side. I'll fill that in. Okay. And then what I want to do is I want to show where the main entrance to my castle is going to be. I'm not going to worry about this bottom part yet because my castle's on a hill. So when I do the door, I'm just going to do kind of like an arch. So I'm going to make a line that goes up, curves over, and I'm just going to make a line on the side again. Okay, my door is going to be reinforced, so I'm going to make some sideways lines. And then I'm going to make some vertical lines. It's supposed to kind of give it an appearance of wood, like wooden beams. Okay. So we've got our door and we've got our castle. So I want to make this look like it's on a mountain. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a line that is going to curve up. I'll make my door come down. And this is going to be kind of like just a natural shape. My line's going to kind of come down. And I'll bring my, if I have space, my castle will come down all the way. Okay. Now on this part, I want to do something cool. So I'm going to make a line that goes down, curves to the right, curves to the left, curves to the right. I'm going to start real close to it. I'm going to come down, curve to the right, curve to the left, but it's going to get wider. Right here on this edge, I'm going to make a line that comes down. And on this edge, I'm going to make a line that comes down. Then over on this side, I'm just going to finish off. Make a line next to it. Okay. So this is my basic castle. This should definitely help you. You can add little details, like if you want to do snow that's on the top of each of these towers, you can do that. If you want to make, maybe there's snow at the top of each of these parts of the castle, I will add some wavy lines to show that there's snow built up. I could even do some snow on top of here. And then you could also show kind of like these little icicle shapes, like triangles hanging down. Okay. And then one thing you can do that's kind of fun is you can put like a banner or a sign above your castle door, and you can name your castle. So maybe I want mine to be Castle Hopkins. Okay, so that should help you out. Again, if you want to add like other little details, you can. If you want to do, I'll show you one thing that's kind of cool. If I wanted to do, let's say that I have a little secret door here. I can make a line that goes up, over, up, over, up, over, up, over. And that's kind of like a secret staircase. And if I fill in next to it, okay, it can almost look like it's a little staircase. So you can do fun things like that. Okay. Have fun. I cannot wait to see what you do. And take your time. Do a neat job and use your ruler. Okay. Have fun.